Hello and welcome to this tutorial video where I will show you how to install a mod that is its installation is not perfectly straightforward compared to most of the mods. It's Lush and Gaudy trees and flora. So I have intentionally uninstalled and deleted this mod from my build, so that I can show you that you can install it whenever you want in the correct place in the installer's order for it to work as intended, according to the Bevilex modlist for Oblivion graphics. So let's go to Bevi's guide, and I will also show you what to do with the TES lot gen, the distant terrain generator, and the landscape generator after I install it. So in the Bevi's guide description, go to grasses, trees and landscape, and if you installed all the other mods in the correct order, then you stumble upon the choice between Arboretum, Tree Overhaul or Lush and Gaudy Floriana Gloria, which can have some crazy textures like trees with checkerboard graphic leaves and heart fruits. Some other craziness. I don't mind, maybe I will get rid of it later. For now it is my choice. So when you open this here, and also look, it already says here the things that we will do, but I will show you how I do it. So open the mod in a new tab, go to Files. We are on the Lush and Gaudy Floriana Gloria. Go to Files, download the main file here. This is the high resolution. If you got some really old graphic card, you can choose medium resolution, but I went for this one. I already downloaded it. And also we will need the Lush and Gaudy Floriana Gloria cleaned and optimized patch full pack. Okay, so this is all already downloaded, so I can go to my file browser, and I have them both. The first part is here, that's the main mod. No, that's the main mod. Lush and Gaudy Floriana Gloria 1.3, and it's nearly 300 megabytes. So now let's fire up my Wrye Bash. And the first part is straightforward. Click on the Installers tab, then go to the file browser, take the main mod 1.3 and just drag it over to the Installers tab, which I clicked on previously. Alright, it should appear on the bottom of the list. It's here. And now, to have the mod in the correct place, I even made me a little screenshot before, just to see where I need it. I need it after the grass overhaul. So, and it's position 30 from what I can tell on my little screenshot. So let's take the mod before installing it and drag it upwards for it to be exactly after the grass overhaul. Bam! Now it's in the correct position. It does not have any sub packages structure, so it's just a plain install everything. I install it and all the ESPs. So right click on the mod once it is on the correct position and after the grass overhaul, and click install, and let Wrye Bash do its job. Alright, Now comes the less straightforward part. Apart from the main mod, I also downloaded the Lush Gaudy Floriana Gloria cleaned and optimized patch. You don't install the whole patch just by dragging it here. You need to open it. It will open in my 7-zip file manager. This is the contents of the zip file. Here I have the ultra resolution version, and that's what I want. So I go inside this folder. Here we have a data folder and some Lush and Gaudy palms, crystals, crystals. This is for different mods, like some compatibility patches or optional stuff that I don't need or want. So I take the data folder and I create a new folder somewhere, Lush patch, let's call it, and then I drag the data folder or unpack it to this location. Okay, so now, as we can see, inside the patch archive, I chose the ultra resolution and data folder and unpacked it here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click it, 7-zip, add to archive. Now I want to name it properly, and I want to name it just exactly as I had it before. You can name it anything you want, but it's advisable to do it in a way that will be easy to find for you later. So I will name it Lush Trees Patch 1 minus custom capital letters .7z and create archive. Now let's see what happened. A new archive that is 28 megabytes, 29 megabytes is was created. So now I can drag this custom mod that I just created from the data folder, from the ultra-res folder. I can drag it now to my installers tab, and it will appear as always on the very bottom. Before installing it, I will drag it upwards to the position where it will be straight after the Lush and Gaudy mod. So over here. And now I will right click it and install. And now it installed correctly. So what I can do more is because I installed it in this position, I could also anneal it. That's a function that is sorting out some new texture stuff, but I think a fresh install doesn't need that. So now the mod is installed, but there are ESP files. So what I do is I go to the mods folder, to the mods tab. I activate all the new ESPs. I drag them before the bashed patch, just somewhere. And now I close the Wrye Bash and I run boss. Boss did its thing. Okay, I can close boss. Then I can go to my Wrye Bash again. Now, as always, I need to sort out the male body replacer first and place it under the bashed patch. Don't worry about that. This is another subject. Now I can right click on the bashed patch and click rebuild patch. It informs me that the following mods should be deactivated prior to building the patch. Lush Gaudy FG Okay. I don't need to tweak anything here. Just build patch. This will take some time now. Okay, the patch was rebuilt, a summary comes up, and I am done now with the basic installation. Now, if you use the distant terrain enhancers, like the TES4 load generator, it is time to run it now after installing this mod, because we need to install the proper distant terrain, the distant look of the trees that are far away from you. So we start with the TES load gen. Just double click on the exe. That should be in your main game folder. And now I can see the message load generator finished. You can close the application now. Okay, so I close the window. I also use the landscape generator. It's this one here, landscape load generator. And here is its file. So you can install this mod with Wrye Bash. I have it listed in my installers. I'll show you. Now it's already taking into account the new loads that been generated with the TES4 load gen. But when I look in the bottom somewhere, because it was one of the last I installed, landscape load generator 5 is installed here. Once you do that, once you install this mod, then you will find its bat files in the data folder of your Oblivion game directory. So go to data, and here they are. High res, the ones that I use is high res, normal maps, and TES for QLOAD bat. These three, 1, 2, and 3. I start with high res. Just double click the batch file. By the way, to get this installed, to receive those bat files, you will need to run this file once, from what I can remember. Please refer to installation instructions on the mods page, but I think it was running this once that created those bat files here. So we start with the highres.bat. It is just working now. Okay, now it's finished. Please close this window, will appear over here. I can close it, then run the next one after highres.bat is the normal maps.bat that I use. So again, let's wait for it to finish. Okay, it's finished. I could hear the hum of my CPU cooler when it was doing it. The normal maps have been created. I can close this window, and the third and the last one I use is this one here, TES4QLOAD.bat. And again wait for it to finish. Alright, Job's done. Please close this window. So now the load was generated, and now I can start the game and test how the trees and the distant terrain and the bushes are looking like. So I've started a new game. Done. Now all the things, all the mods initialized. Now let's go to Wrye. I can see distant trees, very nice. I can see many trees, and I guess that could be some Lush and Gaudy trees. Let's wait for the morning. TMM1. Nice weather.
What is it, citizen?
See, the trees and the distant terrain are all fine. So, thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos. I'll be having some more soon on the Bevilex mod installation guide to show you some things that might not be as straightforward as we all wished they would be, but all will be explained. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.